Okay, a couple of other crimes that were committed. A couple of bootleggers, that is 9-men African gang, were arrested for attacking a policeman. I know quite a number of expats who have been telling me this, that African men, and even there are people who are giving their business cards that they'll supply booze if you pay them an amount of money. Please be careful if you get involved in this. And for these African men who are coming from their country and doing this illegal stuff, I hope they not only jail them but deport them and they never get to come back, because a crime is a crime. Then 2 passengers from India were caught, that also in India, coming from UAE with 1.3 kilograms of gold, which was valued at 6.6 million. Indians love gold for some reason, and they seem to hide gold in all parts of their garments. Even some of them put in their bum hole. So I wonder, how do you do that? Never tried it. I don't think I want to try it, putting stuff in the bum hole. Anyway, people and their fascination for gold. Why can't you just do it normal way, like just transfer the money to some account or keep it somewhere? There are so many other places, where they don't check where it comes from. You can keep it there. But no, they think they are smarter than the system. Okay, next one. Expat accused of molesting female, 25-year-old Pakistani. Pakistani guys are very sexually frustrated, it looks like. Who touched a Filipina's backside. Filipinas tend to have maybe good backsides. Okay. He touched her backside and then he offered to marry her. Good. So you touch the backside. I think maybe in Pakistan they do that. They touch the backside and then you have to marry them. So I don't know. So, well, she kind of rejected it because he touched the backside, and she went to the police and said, he touched my backside. And then he said, I love you and I want to marry you. But she said, fuck you. No, she didn't say fuck you. She went to the police, and when they checked the camera surveillance, so our Pakistani will get his marriage proposal sorted out in prison. Very good. Thank you very much. Very good. Now he can go back to Pakistan and keep touching maybe goats' backsides and hope something happens there. Okay, couple will receive 100 lashes for committing illegal sex. Religion of peace. So if you have sex illegally without getting married, I think that is why in Islam they allow you to marry 4 times, so that you can just have sex multiple number of times. But here, instead of, it's a Muslim couple, so they decided to have sex out of wedlock. Well, I think if Dubai police or Sharjah police actually goes to Dera area or Bur Dubai in the night, I think they'll have to arrest half the whole, city, because everyone's having sex and so many prostitutes. In fact, I wonder, how do prostitutes come to UAE in the first place if it's illegal? Okay, Sarge, psychiatrist, arrested for prescribing psychotropic drugs. I wonder who's this guy. If anyone has a name, please let me know, because I do know of a psychiatrist who is based in Sarge. It's very famous. He was the guy who has to go to evaluate myself. I have ADHD. He did prescribe medicines, but then that made me kind of a vegetable. So I decided never to touch these psychotropic drugs. But it seems that this guy is also giving, psychotropic drugs like he's giving chocolates. So it seems that he has been arrested. So if anyone knows who is this, please let me know. A couple of miscellaneous stuff that I wanted to share with you. It seems this influencer got hospitalized because she tried some natural beauty products or whatever, Ivy Lash. So it seems that after she got hospitalized, she noticed some redness in her eyes, dryness. She felt a sharp pain, and then she went, then she was hospitalized. Okay, she had a severe allergic reaction. Please be careful, whatever beauty products you try in UAE, it can really affect you. So the Syrian native says, it's a life-changing experience, it's a wake-up call. And then she starts lecturing people on values. We are so obsessed that we want to be prettier, more appealing, that we forget to protect ourselves from ourselves. It's such a touching, so touching, those words. Having said that, that doesn't mean I'll stop taking care of myself. It means I'll still try all this bullshit. But please understand how precious you are, how precious your body is. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Such touching words. So touching. You know, these people with all these chemicals on their face, with all these powder that they put, and they put the silicone in their this thing. They're such great ambassadors to lecture you on love yourself. You know, they put fillers on their lips. They have surgery on their face. They have, like Kim Kardashian, they put loads of fat in their ass and they put the silicone. And then they say, love yourself, be natural, women's empowerment, spirituality, your inner self, your sense of self-worth. Yes, I'm pretty sure after all that silicone and all that fat and surgeries, you should love yourself. Yes. It's like, it's like a prostitute who sleeps around, is speaking on the ethics and values of being a woman of substance and character, which is typical Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Kim Kardashian. Well, anyway, that's life. In fact, I want you to think about this. When Kim Kardashian or even Sunny Leone comes to UAE, the amount of women, the amount of children, the amount of men who flock to literally, see them, it's sickening to the core. It kind of makes you wonder, like, these are your role models. Then what kind of fucking values do you have? And then these very same people, Allah, oh Jesus, oh, Bhagwan, oh good. Fucking two-faced, which I kind of find so stupid. Okay, in other miscellaneous news, you have an old Al Ghurair video, which I thought I'd share with you. Beautiful. If you want to see the video, here it is.
It was here at the Al Ghurair Centre in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, that the first family amusement centre came into being in June 1980. In fact, Sinbad's Wonderland was the first commercial establishment to open in the Al Ghurair Centre, and it helped to attract many other businesses to the complex. Sinbad's concept of entertainment was developed from the need to provide healthy recreation, not just for the individual, but for the entire family. Today, Sinbad's Wonderland covers an area of 15,000 square feet and boasts more than 250 rides and games, appealing to every age group, from the little toddler to the elderly but still young at heart. Sinbad's recipe for success is the clean atmosphere, ideal location, variety of games and rides, and a novel education before recreation scheme, which encourages children to study harder. Modern society is increasingly leisure-orientated, with the emphasis on activities which refresh, educate, and entertain. It's claimed that coin-operated amusement games can reduce anxiety by allowing people to vent any hostility and aggression in a harmless way, thus working off stress and strain. Moreover, games and rides introduce players, particularly children, to life in today's and tomorrow's high-technology environment, the world of the computer. As a long-term investment, kiddies' rides are hard to beat. Horses, elephants, tigers, aeroplanes and helicopters have a wide appeal and have stood the test of time and tiny feet. In order to make kiddies' rides absolutely safe, successful designers have spent a great deal of time and money studying the reactions of children. This super speed race game has been specially designed to educate children on road safety rules and regulations. It features a lifelike situation with traffic lights and even traffic wardens who put in timely appearances. In addition to road safety, this game also helps to teach control.
This is really touching. I'll share the screenshot with you. And News at 10 of Dubai, Channel 33.
Good evening. The headlines: the tanks leave Moscow as the three-day coup collapses. First defeat for the coup leaders of the Russian parliament. And the soldiers who wouldn't fire on their own people. Mikhail Gorbachev is back in office. A short while ago, the official TASS news agency reported that the Soviet had reinstated him as president. The attempted coup by Communist Party hardliners lasted little more than 60 hours. Its leaders are reportedly trying to flee Moscow. Events have been happening at great speed after it became clear the junta had failed to gain support from both the Communist Party and the military. The first clear sign that the coup had collapsed came when the TASS news agency late this afternoon announced that the restrictions imposed by what it called the former Emergency Council were lifted. Earlier, columns of tanks and armoured vehicles had started leaving the capital to the cheers of Muscovites lining the... And a roundup of today's developments in Moscow. Mikhail Gorbachev has been formally reinstated as Soviet president. The tanks are pulling out of Moscow, and Gorbachev is on his way back from the Crimea. The KGB has been keeping him under house arrest. He's been talking on the telephone to American President George Bush. Monday's coup is over after less than 72 hours. Latest news is that the Soviet Prosecutor General has opened a criminal investigation into the 8-man emergency committee which tried to overthrow Gorbachev. There's no firm word yet on where the leaders of that coup are, but as I say, Gorbachev is on his way back to Moscow. That's tonight's news. Next, the weather.
It's vintage, it's classic. Please have a look at it. Here's the links will be put on below. Next one, you have Choitram Group Director who passes away. Veteran Indian businessman and philanthropist Ramchandan Dharmadas Rajawani, a senior director of Indian business group T. Choitram and Sons, has passed away on Friday. That was on 10th October 2020. Well, this is kind of a news that will relate to people who have been in UAE from the 1970s, like my family and me. So we were there, we saw Choitram and Lal's, which were literally the only supermarkets, mega markets. That was before Carrefour and before City Center and before Lulu came into existence. These were the outlets where we would go shopping. So he passed away, very sad. But what surprised me is Choitram has a global presence in US, in Indian subcontinent, Europe, Africa, Far East, Middle East, and employs 16,000 people in 19 countries. I didn't know this. I thought they were only in Africa and the Middle East. But they seem to be doing pretty big. They have food service, ship, channeling, manufacturing, retail, wholesale, import, export. Wow. Okay. By the way, did you see this Hello You YouTube song with Israel and UAE? It seems Israeli singer Elkanah Marziano, 28, who's a former winner of Israel's version of The Voice, and Arab singer who is Emirati artist Walid Al-Jassim, has clocked more than 1.1 million YouTube views, and they sing hello and so much of love. It's like, so much of like, hello you, so much. It's like, I suck your cock, you suck mine. Yeah, you fuck me, I fuck you. So for me, it sounded more like that. It's, I don't know, end of the day, this is so fucking fake. It's more like this transgender movement, which, the guy, like, Sam Smith, who's a singer, you don't call him he, you don't call him she, you call him they. It's murdering the English language, because Sam Smith feels he's not he, he's not she, he's they. I'm not even joking. Just Google search Sam Smith. If you call him, you don't call him he is going there, or Sam Smith, you don't call him she is. Actually, it should be he is going there. But he doesn't identify his male genitals as this thing. He says that you should call him they. Not he, not she, but they. So much for common sense. So even this one, hello you. See, my hit song. Someone should merge with me for this. And then you have weddings to start again in Dubai. Very good, very good. But you have to follow certain guidelines. So what are the guidelines? Each hall has to have only maximum 200 people. So you'll have to cherry pick the number of guests. And each tent and home should have maximum 30 people. Attendees should wear a face mask, and you can only remove them when you're seated at a table. Each table should have 5 guests. Each attendees should avoid sitting face to face. They should be a distance of 1.5 meters. Tables should be placed at least 2 meters apart. Duration of the hall event should not be more than 4 hours. Any person experience symptoms of cough, fever should refrain from attending the events. The checklist itself is so fucking impossible to, like, keep the table 2 meters away. Oh, please keep a 1.5 meters. Oh, please wear your mask except when sitting down. I mean, who the fuck is going to sit and measure all this stuff? I mean, better than that, don't have a fucking wedding, man. You know? I can never understand these nonsensical rules. Next one, Dubai is to get the world's largest fountain. Yes, from the world's largest erection, that is Burj Khalifa, they'll get the world's largest climax, the squirting, you know. I can't seem to understand. You don't have 21 billion to pay off the debtors. You don't have money to take care of people. You don't have enough jobs. But you want to show the world's largest squirting fountain. And it seems, citing Omar Khoury, managing director of Nakheel Malls, he said, this will inspire people. Wow, fantastic, fantastic. It'll inspire to show them the, you know, the climax. When you climax, it squirts out. I think that's the only inspiration people will get. Then you have, this is a nice news. 500,000 fine for insulting anyone on social media. In fact, the number of people who insult me on social media from UAE, I think I should show them this. So if you insult anyone on social media, you'll get a fine of 250,000 to 500,000. In 2017, there were 392 cases, 2018, 357, to 2019, 512 cases. So every year it's increasing. So if you violate any social media rules like harassment, extortion, threats, blackmails, spreading false information, abusing, spreading abusive comments, posting fake ads, rumors, swearing, defamation, inciting to commit violence, broadcasting anything that goes against the image of UAE, all this, you'll get a fine. So in other words, don't use social media. So if you don't use social media, no fines. I mean, you put so many fucking rules. The question is, I think people will be even afraid to even open their Facebook. They'll be like, I'll get a fine, you know. That's another problem. And last, if not the least, a little bit of weird news. I thought I'll end with this. You have a bizarre dance prom video. Have a look at this video. You see how people are dancing. You know, I begin to wonder, where is the common sense of human beings? It's like, instead of being progressive, I think we are being regressive. And last, if not the least, people who keep saying, Loy, you should get your brains checked. Well, I think I've met my brother. Well, this guy makes me look normal. This gentleman has not only have his nose removed, he has had his tongue split, he has tattooed his eyeballs, he has tattooed his full skin black, and then he has put implants under his skin, and now he is an alien. So you thought I look abnormal? Look at me, look at him. Which one do you think looks more better? Vote. Anyway, having said that, guys, this was the news that I wanted to share with you. Links are all down below. Let me know what you have to say to all this. This is me signing off. Thank you very much. Take care.